So hello, welcome back to the channel. So this will just going to be a short mail day unboxing of this recent package that I got today from Shopee. Again, this is more of a single card components purchase, as we are gearing up the decks in preparation for the standard format that will be our weekly Saturday tournament in our local game store, MTG Iloilo Race Place. So today I'm just going to show you some of the cards that we had from the online store, in which I think most are reasonably priced because of the recent card market, wherein standard was not yet being popular, but then again we expect that some of the card prices will spike as some more local game stores are having their face-to-face tournaments, events, and other stuff that we're going to cater the standard format. So for this package, we're just going to check the cards in a bit, and I'll also explain what the deck archetypes that will have its use. So let me just cut out this. This looks like a nice package for, I think this was just 5 cards or it, so it was nicely taped. Good thing that we'll have these to cut more of these tapes, as these sellers are securing the packages. So this is more duct tape. So we're going to check one by one the cards and its current price, probably, for the shim. So first up is the component of Mono White Aggro. This is Independent Adversary. This is a 2-2 cast 3/1 rifling creature with Understable Field Effect, wherein you're going to pay 1 colorless and 1 white any number of times. Then when you pay it 1 or more times, put as many baller counters in it, and then if creatures you control gets -1 for each of these baller counters. So this type, I think, will be also relevant, I think, with the coming States of New Capenna, wherein other type of counters were also introduced, and some effects on card effects that may be able to put more of these counters on your creature. So this is an essential part of the Mono White Aggro deck. Maybe if you can try to have 4 copies of this, but unfortunately our card pool only has this. I think this is the second copy, so we're just going to try to just stay with what deck build we can have of this. I think purchase this for around 200 to 300 pesos, so still reasonable price for the moment. So next up is Paladin class. This is enchantment from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. It's a 1 to cast spell with the level type of ability. For each level 1, you can get your spells your opponents cast during your turn cost 1 more, and then if you pay 3, level 2, creature control is +1, so this is sort of a gross anthem effect also. And at the same time, if you get enough mana to get it for level 3, whenever you attack another turn, target attacking creature gets +1 for each of the other creatures, and it also gains double strike, which is sort of a good damage raise in case you need to get an alpha strike to your opponent to get their life total to 0. So this is just a primary component. I think you can have 2 of these in the deck for Mono White, or even for Boros and or Sabago perhaps. If you're going with the tokens route, then this is also an additional component for your deck build. So this is just around 100 pesos, or just $2 for this card, and I just added 1 for the deck build for our decks for standard. And we have next is the Hall of Storm Giants from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. This is the mainland for blue based decks. So it comes to play tap if you control 2 or more other lands, but it's good effects that can put up a mana sink later on for paying 5 or less on 1 blue. You can activate it to become a 7/7 blue giant creature with ward 3, which can basically attack for a huge chunk of damage in case that you can basically control the board of your opponent. And this is mostly used by ESET decks as before, as when it came out in standard, but I think with the tricolor decks from Capenna, maybe some of the Obscura families and the Grixis can also have this as one of their components for their mid-range and control decks. So one copy of this is still about $2 to $3 at the moment. And then we also have the blue for their finisher late game creature. This is a Hullbreaker Horror with the 7 to cast 7/8 power toughness. It has flash, it can be countered, then whenever you play or cast a spell, you choose one of these abilities by bouncing a spell you don't control, or you may also bounce non-permanent to its owner's hand. So basically you can just play around this, having more of your non-permanents or threat of your opponent getting bounced, or any of their spells or relevant spells delaying them, or having them a single turn that they can not cast it, or require them to cast it again. So this is an automatic component for blue-red, and it's still for the new decks which would cater maybe for Obscura and also for the Grixis decks. This is cost around $10 at the moment, but I bought this for $350, so that is around $6 to $7 in its value. So this is a good deal, but we're going to have at least a copy of this in the deck for those next control decks project that we're going to have. And last but not least is the from Syndicate Rising. This is the Crag Crown, Pathway, and dual faced Timber Crown. This is mana fixing for red-green. So also added this for the RG aggro decks, but are so part of the components that we might need later on if we would shift to Timur or Bant aggro, or maybe June. Then we can also have this as another force for fixing for this deck. So overall, this is just wrap up for this mail day video. I do hope you're prepared enough for this weekend's pre-release. Our schedule will be just next week, so we're just going to have a delayed coverage for our local events here, also for New Capenna. So just stay tuned for that, and this is probably the wrap up for now for this mail day, and thanks for watching.